Hello and welcome to Kelvin Education. This video will walk through how to create power reports. I'm going to head to Settings. Once you're within Settings, you're going to scroll on down and you will see a new area called You Have Access Manage Power Pulse Reports. Go ahead and click on Manage Pulse Power Reports. Please note that this is permission-based and you must have family pulses. Now that we're on Pulse Power Reports, you will see any Pulse Power Reports that have been created by anyone that has permission for Pulse Power Reports. This means that you can create new power reports, edit any power report that has been created by anyone else in the system, as well as delete any power report that has been created by anyone else in the system. Please be careful of what you are editing and deleting. Let's go ahead and create a new power report. Be sure to give it a name that will allow other users to understand the purpose of the report. The same thing is true for the description. Now that we've given a name and added a description, we're going to go ahead and start deciding what type of data we would like included in this power report. When you select the drop-down in rows, you are going to see a static list. List does not mean that you have this data within a specific pulse or that you're bringing in that data from your student information system. This is a list of all the options of data that could be brought in or could be included within a pulse. I'm going to select everyone first, as that will allow me to have a row within my power report to see the results for everyone. I'm also going to grab another example of ethnicity, and then I need to select Add to move that row selected into being included within this pulse report. If I want to remove any rows that I've added previously, all I have to do is click on the X and it is removed, and I can easily add it back. Columns works just like rows in that this is a static list of all the data that might be possible if you are bringing it in to the system or if it is a part of the pulse or pulses that you are using this power report for. I'm going to go ahead and select dimension for this one. And lastly, we have values. What value do we want to see within our results? I'm going to select percent favorable, and that will address any Likert questions that we have included in our pulses. Then I'm going to select Save. The system saved this new power report, and it is now available for us to take a look at. We're going to go ahead and see this in action and see what it looks like. Head back to my Launchpad. I'm going to go to any pulse card that is no longer live. That takes me to the Summer Report page, where if I have the ability to view power reports, I will see an additional option up here titled Power Reports. Once I am on the Pulse Power Reports page, I have the ability to see any Pulse Power report that has been created and use that Pulse Power report to view this specific pulse. I'm going to go ahead and head into this one. You can see the title is at the top. It automatically defaults to all of the pulse windows where this pulse was given. The everyone value defaults to everyone. Because we added a row called is Hispanic, it defaults to showing all Hispanic values, but I could switch this and just have it be is not Hispanic. For columns, I can see the overall, or I can see the separate dimensions because that is what I selected, and just see the dimension of responsible decision and sense of belonging. Values default to be grouped by values, but you could default it to group by pulses. If we head down here before I select Run Report, this is what the system defaulted to doing. So I can see up here that I have 2 pulse windows that had data for this first set of graphs. I can see that it is not Hispanic and the overall favorability from pulse number 2 and pulse number 3. For the dimension of responsible decision making is not Hispanic. I can see my pulse window 2 and my pulse window 3. Same thing for is not Hispanic, sense of belonging. It is showing that because we said we wanted that data up here for is Hispanic. I'm going to go ahead and run this report. And now that I look at the data, because we said we only wanted to see overall and sense of belonging, we're only seeing the data of is not Hispanic because that's all that we have here for this one. We don't have another option to just select. That is what we're seeing for both windows. As I've just walked through this, best practice is that as you're building out a Power Pulse report, going in, adding columns, and testing that out in a pulse that has been previously created is best practice. I'm going to go ahead and remove ethnicity, select save. Let's head back to our Pulse Power report. Come down here and take a look at our data. So now we just see the overall percent favorable for the second pulse window and the third pulse window. Why are we not seeing any data for the first pulse window? Because of the criteria we selected up here, it is not inclusive of the type of data that was collected in the first pulse. Additionally, below, we do display the data in a table that walks through each pulse period and the specific type of data that you chose to be included in that Power report. Enjoy Power reports and let us know if you need any assistance with building one out.